today. My name is John Thompson. I'm a volunteer with the SPCA, and here we have Patty and Lauren, the coordinators and directors at the Harrisonburg Rockingham SPCA. How are you guys doing today?
Great, thank you.
Doing great, John.
Awesome. We're here today to discuss the Rockingham Harrisonburg's SPCA brief adoption process and answer any more questions you may have. But first, I'd like to throw it over to Lauren, who's going to tell us a little bit more about that cute cat you have there.
Well, sure. This is Kirsty Alley Cat. She was purchased from a pet shop, and then her owner actually passed away. So now she's looking for a fresh start. But she's all spayed and ready to go, so she'd be a great companion for perhaps somebody who lives in an apartment who has lots of study time that would like a little companionship.
And she's a very, very affectionate cat. She just loves to just cuddle.
Okay. Hopefully she finds a warm and loving home soon.
Yes.
So right now we're going to go on to our next segment. We're going to answer some brief questions that a lot of people have about the general adoption process and the SPCA itself. So what is the basic adoption process, and how does that actually work?
Well, the adoption process is the same for everybody. It starts with an application. Our application is just one piece of paper. It's front and back. We have lots of copies here at the SPCA. You can also find it on our website, and there are links to it in our social media like Google Plus and Facebook. So we'll have a couple of places where people can just click on it. They can print it out at home and bring it in with them. We keep it on file. It doesn't obligate you to adopt, but once we get approved as an approved adopter, you're all set and ready to go, basically. So.
All right, sounds good. And is there a way to see the pets available for adoption online anywhere?
Yes, you can go to our website, rhspca.org, and look under Adopt a Pet, and then you'll see a tab that says View Pets. And the website is updated in real time, so you can go on there at any moment in time and see the pets that we have. And we list our kitties first, and then you scroll down and you'll see the other animals. We have dogs and we have rabbits and other animals from time to time. But the important thing is that it is real time. So when you go online and you see a pet, that pet is up for adoption.
Okay, sounds good. And say I live out of area, am I eligible to adopt?
Yes, there are some stipulations we have to adhere to that have to do with the Virginia state laws. Our laws require that all dogs and cats be spayed or neutered before they leave the area. So your one stipulation is that they already have to be spayed or neutered, like Miss Kirsty here, or somebody who's old enough to be spayed or neutered. So unfortunately, really young puppies and kittens are just too small for that procedure. But that doesn't stop you from adopting. You just have to look into somebody who's maybe 6 months and older, something like that. Okay,
sounds good. And say I'm in college, I go to JMU or another surrounding college. Can I adopt?
Absolutely.
Well, it depends. Now, you can adopt if you live in an apartment. We just need to contact the landlord to make sure that it's okay, because all the apartment complexes and rental units have different policies, and we just need to check with the landlord and make sure that that's acceptable and make some other checks. But we have a lot of college students who adopt animals from here.
Okay. And say I was looking for... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. We just like for things to be transparent. So.
Of course, of course. So say I was looking for a specific breed of either a cat or a dog, and you guys didn't have any in the facilities at that point. Could I put my name on a list or something for an update for if you do end up getting that breed in?
Sure. What we do is we ask people to go ahead and fill out an application. We keep that application on file. Should we get in an animal process, but we do our best to get for a specific kind of pet.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I was losing there for a second, but I think we're fine now.
Sorry.
That's all right. And I know you mentioned before your website, but where can I find the adoption screening form and any other more information? Would you recommend your website, your Facebook page?
You can look on the website, and there's a tab that's called Forms that has all the various forms that you would need to fill out. And we use a lot of social media, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest. So there's a lot of different ways to find out, how to adopt and what the process is.
Okay. And would the phone calls also work too?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's probably the best way.
We have a friendly staff sitting up front right now, ready to answer calls. You come by and visit. I mean, if you want to adopt an animal, come by and see our animals. They're beautiful.
Okay. And I know there is a fee to adopt. What exactly does that fee cover?
The fee covers, we have it broken down. So part of that fee is going to go towards their spay or neuter surgery. That is required by state law, so it's like a down payment. So if you're looking, depends on if it's a dog or a cat, if you're looking at a spay or a neuter. Spays are a little bit more invasive. They tend to be a little bit more expensive, but part of your fee will go towards that spay. That also helps us cover vaccinations that we administer while they're in our care, flea treatments, deworm treatments. We test all of our kitties for leukemia, FIV, and heartworm. And we also offer microchip IDs with every adoption. And I actually have one with me if you'd like to see what it looks like. Of course. Okay, so this little tiny thing right here is a microchip, and it just goes right up under their skin. It functions as like an ID. And then if your pet ever gets lost, we have these magical little wands that can read them. I'm just going to press this button, and then a number comes up.
Wow.
We can search a database for that number, so it also protects your identity. You don't have your phone number and address on your pet wandering around. And we've had a lot of success with our microchips. There's been stories about animals who were lost in like Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina, who were reunited with their families because of their microchip ID.
Wow, okay. That's amazing. All right, so that seems like all we have for you guys now. I just wanted to again thank you, Lauren and Patty, for all the information you shared. It was really interesting, and thank you all to the viewers who is checking this out right now. Be sure to check out our website at rhspca.org. Follow us on G+ and Facebook at rhspca. Again, thank you all for watching, and be sure to keep an eye out for our next Hang On Air, which should be within the month. And if you viewers have any more questions, be sure to drop them by Google+ or Facebook. Again, thank you all, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, John.
Of course.